is Barbas, just doing God's work.
Dante, get out of there! You're in danger!
Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is my DMC, Dante Must Die Difficulty, video walkthrough. This is the second part to Underwatch, and we're once again in familiar territory, which is the traversal section, towards the end of the demo level. So the end of this mission, slightly different to what we played on the demo, and I like that demos do that. I like that they create these artificially linked, you know, sections of their game to give you a general taste of what to expect, and then when you play the game, it's different and it throws you off, but it throws you off in a good way, because it's one thing that's always happened with demos is you get to the devil level and you feel empowered. And you feel empowered because you've played it before, because you've got that knowledge. And I like the fact that the devs are doing this different thing. And the first time I came across it was Fear 2. And I thought Fear 2 did it brilliantly because it linked cinematic moments with action moments and quieter moments. And when you played the game, it turned out they'd linked like 4 different sequences, which, I mean, there's craft in that. There's you know, it's very talented development of something that is usually just, you know, copy paste from the finished product. So for that, I'm grateful for the effort, because it definitely means a lot to get this new experience in this old place. And this is another section that does exactly that. I know this is Dante Must Die, so you're probably thinking, well, the enemies are different because of the difficulty, but that's not what I mean. You fight a whole bunch of stuff that you didn't fight in this place, and that's a good thing. But these are elite Stygians. They're devil triggering, which means they're difficult to interrupt and difficult to launch. This is usually your first introduction to the Tyrant enemy, but because we're on this difficulty, we've met him before. He's not too bad if you can control him. I got really stupid then, got far too close to him and didn't evade in time, and he beat me up. But you'll notice the enemies can interact with each other, and it can lead to very dynamic battlefields. Sometimes it's in your favour, other times it's not in your favour at all. I do think that these ice guys are some of the most annoying enemies on the game. The main reason is they're very tanky, they've got a lot of life, and the only way you can kill them is by using the angel arms unless you devil trigger. And it's very frustrating because it limits your arsenal, and it also means that something that is, you know, already quite tanky takes a massive beating. But this right here, what I'm doing is you can keep people completely stunned in the Aquila's charged B attack. It's a little bit ridiculous actually, and I think it'll work on Witchers, and I think it'll work on Dream Runners if you catch them. And you could effectively stun lock them to death, keep them trapped, and it looks incredibly boring, it's not very fun to do, but by God is it effective. And if that's how you want to play, if you're just looking for full efficiency, you'd be stupid not to do it. I generally use it on the blue elemental, the angel elemental rages, because they're a fucking nightmare and I hate them. I do not like fighting the rage enemies, and I think I've figured out why I don't like fighting them. It's because they only have a few attacks. If they had more attacks, I'd probably be more comfortable, but I'm waiting for them to do something they never do, and that is do a different attack, and then they always catch me doing the attack I'm not expecting, because it's the only one they have, and I'm expecting something different. And I know that probably sounds insane, but I'm always expecting a faster swipe, instead of just the charge punch, then the charge punch afterwards. I don't know, I'm always expecting something more fancy, and it never comes, so I get caught out a lot. But these cherubs here, the ones with the glowing chests, they throw grenades. And I know if you've been playing Call of Duty for years, that probably doesn't sound all that impressive, but in this game they can be a bloody nuisance. But that right there, as you just saw, he killed himself with it, which is quite cool. And they will kill enemies. So if you have one of those cherubs with the grenades and you have like a Dream Runner and you don't want to go through the hassle of fighting him, just lure him near you, let that dude drop them grenades, and they will catch them out every time. It's hilarious. In fact, a lot of my encounters with the Dream Runners generally involve me killing them environmentally. Even though I said you can't knock them off an edge, but you can knock them into a lift that for some reason deals damage. You can also knock them into a gyroscope that deals a lot of damage. Right, this guy's called a Butcher, I think. And I compared him to a dude from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that somebody told me the name of, which I've not committed to memory, because You know, turtles to me are a sign of my childhood, and this is me doing very bad. So when you get close to this guy, he either does two things. He does the 2-punch combo, depending on what direction you are, or he does his full combo. And the full combo involves firing the saws at you, the saw projectiles. The thing with that, when you start dodging it, you need to go high, because a lot of the attacks hit mid to low range. And if you're going to stay there, you're going to get hit. It's that simple. That's the mistake I made just then. You want to learn from it. Never ever dodge low against that attack. If he's doing the full combo, you need to get as high as possible, and it benefits you. Because once he's finished, you can come down with the Arbiter and hit the orb for some massive damage, and then he has to recharge his circular saws, or however, you know, that shit works. Once again, guys, I do apologise for the banging. I'm having construction work done in the house, and I've got to get this guide out as quickly as I can, because there's people, you know, already making walkthroughs, and I would like this one to be a successful one if I can, because, you know, that's every, you know, guide maker's dream, to have a successful walkthrough. But thank you for watching, and you take care now.